Hello and welcome to the High Note Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Smith. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a while, but it hasn't been a while. You know, I took a little break during the pandemic, and now it's like podcast after podcast. We're getting them back to back. Going to try to get back on that monthly schedule, and then increase it after that as I'm able to book guests. So welcome back, everybody. Luckily, when I was at the 60th Annual Philadelphia Folk Festival, I was able to record quite a few with the artists that were there. And this one I'm really excited about because this is a band all the way from Korea. The last podcast, if you caught that, they were from Scotland. These guys, ADG7, one of my favorite performers of the festival. And every year I feel like I walk away from the Philadelphia Folk Festival with like a different new favorite band that I've discovered. You know, they put on a great show and I walk away and telling all of my friends and all my listeners here about them. ADG7 definitely fits the bill for that. And it's, you know, it's a shame that I'm doing this as a podcast because audio, although they sound fantastic, I mean, it really is a visual performance. So please check out the show notes. I'll have some photos in there. You know, and one of the show notes or one of the photos that you should see in the show notes are on the website, highnoteblog.com, is the band holds up a sign that says peace is the only way with Ukrainian colors. And we talk about that in the podcast because I got a chance to interview basically the two main leaders. So Hong Ok, she is one of the singers, and Kim Yuk Di, he plays this bamboo flute, a large bamboo flute, and it's called a daedrum. I believe I pronounced those things correctly, but probably not. It took me pretty much all weekend with their help to pronounce the full name of their band, which is ADG7. I believe I did that correctly. I'll put that also in the show notes, and all my Korean friends can tell me how bad I said that, but we'll do it one more time. ADG7, which is so ADG7 is in honor, and ADG7 is it translates that the band is formed in honor of the 70th anniversary of the National Liberation Day in Korea. So the band is a huge band. It's a 9-piece band, and as I just mentioned, I got to interview two of the band leaders. And the band, as I said, they're a very visual band. So the three singers, Hong and her two other singers, they wear, they all wear traditional Korean clothing, but they wear more colorful clothing, hats, and they're out there dancing in the front, while the rest of the band is wearing more like a white linen style and in the back and just rocking hard. Somebody described them as like a Korean Grateful Dead, which I thought was amazing because they do jam very well, and they're just like very passionate about the way they perform. And I'll tell you, honestly, really don't want to miss these guys. If you get a chance, they have a Tiny Desk concert that was recorded with NPR Music, so you can check that out. I'll also link that up as well. I was really lucky to see the band perform twice, not only on Saturday on the Martin Guitar main stage, but after that performance, I had to go back on Sunday to check out the performance in the lobby tent. And I have to give a huge thanks to Danielle Dior and Millie Parker from Victory Lap Media, who they did the public relations coordination and the media coordination for the Philadelphia Folk Festival this year. And Danielle and Millie were fantastic. Definitely love these ladies, and they helped me out personally a lot through the festival, specifically with this podcast. They helped me set it up, which I thought was fantastic, connected me with the band's manager, which was great, and then found me probably the most quiet space that I've ever recorded a podcast at the Philadelphia Folk Festival. I mean, if you've never been, or if you have been, you probably realize that it is just a giant farm with some makeshift stages and some not makeshift, but they make them and they improve them each year. But there's no like concrete building or like anything nearby that's owned by the festival or on the festival grounds. Everything is like mobile trailers, that type of thing, tents. So typically I have a hard time finding a quiet place to record, but thanks to Danielle and Millie, they swept me and Justyna right up on a golf cart, which was fantastic, and took us directly to this little production village that they had. And we had a nice quiet place, and I was able to interview ADG7 there, and also my new buddy Mike McKenna Jr., and that podcast will be coming soon. So a little teaser there. So if you haven't checked out already, at highnoteblog.com, you can see all of my coverage of the 60th Annual Philadelphia Folk Festival. I have a blog, I have a podcast with Talisk, and then I also have a bunch of photos. Again, you can check out that band, the podcast with Talisk, which is the last one that I recorded. And also, I interviewed them back at the 58th Annual Philadelphia Folk Festival. So if you would like to hear that, please check out. You can subscribe to the High Note podcast anywhere that you listen to podcasts. That includes Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, and Google Play. So you can get all those links at highnoteblog.com. You can click on podcast or click on the podcast. This ADG7 will probably be up towards the top. You can click on this, and then in there you will see all of the links to subscribe. And if you're on social media, I imagine that you are. I am at High Note Blog everywhere on social media. I'll try to make it easy on you. So, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, at High Note Blog. That's where I'm at. And, I just want to give a special thanks to Justyna, my wife. Couldn't do the podcast without her. Couldn't do many things without her, but super, super helpful, especially this year, and was there taking photos and was there for every single podcast. But she, you hear her in the background in this podcast, and we give her a little shout out during the podcast too. So definitely thank you very much to Justyna, and also want to give a thanks to Paul Dixon, who wrote and recorded and composed, did all of the things for the intro and outro music. So if you're a fan, Paul isn't on social media, but he's writing songs and sending them to Nashville, and he's a good buddy. So if you're in the market to buy a song, and you want one from a hell of a songwriter and a hell of a picker, my buddy Paul Dixon, he's the best. I call him Paul Dog Dixon. That's a little inside joke that we have. So I'm not stealing anything from David Dog Grisman. It's just, Paul is my dog. That's all. He's my dog. So enough silliness, everybody. This is a great podcast, really great conversation. Apologies again for my terrible Korean pronunciation of ADG7. I think I got it maybe that time. And this is my interview with ADG7 at the 60th Annual Philadelphia Folk Festival. Take it away, Sean. Hello and welcome to the High Note Podcast. My name is Sean Smith, and I'm here with two members of ADG7 from Korea. Welcome. Please introduce yourselves.
Thank you very much. My name is Yakdae. I play Daegum in ADG7. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Sean. Hello. My name is Hongo. I'm the vocalist of our band, ADG7. Yes.
Welcome to the Philadelphia Folk Festival.
Thank you
yes.
so much.
Amazing festival. Yeah.
You were fantastic last night. You put on a great set. How was it from the stage? How was the crowd's reaction?
Oh, we were so surprised about the audience. They're amazing. And actually, we had a concert at 7 p.m., right? But still sunrise and still hot. But the audience are standing and dancing together. So we inspired from them the energy. So we also so much enjoy the whole festival. So amazing, yes.
You did a great job because I couldn't stop dancing. Now, tell me about the instrument that you play.
My instrument name is Daegum. Daegum, it made out of bamboo. And very special thing in Daegum, we call cheong. Cheong means it's very thin film from Lidl, So when I breathe strongly, the tongue vibration and make a very unique sound. Yes, that's all. Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
20, 25, 26, I think.
No. How old are you?
Ah,
You don't look 25 years old.
I'm 40.
No. No. Get out of here. Wow. Wow. That's amazing. Now, how long has your band been together?
We actually started at 2015, so about 7 years now. So actually, that the 2015 was the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation. So we tried to fixed our name Akdan Gwangchil. It means from that because Akdan means band and Gwangchil is short for 광복 70주년, which stands for the 70th anniversary of national liberation. So yes,
Oh, okay.
that is the meaning of our band's name. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And the clothing that you wear, is this traditional Korean, or how would you describe it?
We try to express the traditional shaman's clothes combined with the modern style. So now this hat, which I wear it, is called gat. So this hat is actually in Joseon Dynasty in Korea about 200 years ago. So many people, male, or usually use this hat, but shamans are usually females, but they wear men's clothes and sometimes men's hat, and they change sometimes women's clothes. Depends on who is the main god at the ritual ceremony. So they change so many clothes during the kult, which means the traditional shaman ceremony. Yes. So we try to express that point in our outfit. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it seemed that Korean tradition is important for you to express on stage. You taught the crowd a little bit of Korean, which was fantastic. I remembered a little bit of it today, which was great. And you had mentioned something about the spirits, trying to please the spirits. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Spirits.
Yeah.
It's kind of difficult to explain, but so the old days, Koreans believe many gods live near us. So in the trees or in the roof, maybe nowadays in the refrigerator or something, the gods are nearby our lives. So they try to welcome and thanks for the gods. It means same with the thanks for the nature and thanks for the life, I think. So the spirit means kind of celebrate and thanks for ourselves. Our life is kind of same meaning, I think. So we want to tell the audience everyone's life is precious, and our spirits, we are the one. We can share our souls together with our music. So I hope to share that means to the audience with our music.
Yeah. I just thought it was an absolutely beautiful message that you were spreading out there, and I think the crowd really received it warmly, in addition to really danced a lot to your music. Now, where have you toured? You said you've been doing this since 2015. Where in the world have you gone previous to America?
This tour?
Oh, no, just overall, since the beginning. Did you start off mainly in Korea, or did you immediately kind of hit the road and go from country to country? And where have you been?
We were 북미부터? We were We have a second concert in US at June, and then we are going to Europe and Poland, UK,
Franks.
France,
Oh.
Spain. I didn't remember.
Lithuania.
Lithuania and Estonia.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we are
German.
Germany, and then we come to US, come again, and tomorrow we are back to Korea.
Wow, wow. And how long have you been on this current tour?
Almost 3 months.
3 months.
Yes.
Wow. Is this your longest tour, or is your longest time away
Yes,
from
yes,
home?
yes. I
Wow.
have. Yeah.
Are you homesick at all? Do you miss home?
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, he's married. I think he will so miss about his wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I look over at my wife, who I can't go. Yes, yes, yeah.
Oh, the
Yes.
couple. Wow.
We do many things together, and this is just one of them.
Amazing.
So I definitely know how you feel. What is the one thing that you miss about Korea? Besides family, I guess. Is there anything in particular?
Korean food.
Korean food, yes, Korean food.
You know soju?
I do.
Oh,
I do know
really?
soju. Yes,
Hey.
yes. In New York City, I had
Yeah.
soju.
Oh, really?
Yes.
In New York, soju is too much expensive. We were so much surprised about that. So we, bought just one bottle and 아껴서 save
Yeah, yeah.
little. So miss about soju so much. Yes.
Yeah, one bottle was not enough for my crew.
Yes.
Yes, there were many. I think we had 3 bottles at
Yes.
least.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about America that you like? Was there anything that was surprising or anything that you loved in America?
Actually, when the first stage of our tour in North American tour is Chicago. So when we arrived Chicago first time, we lost all the luggages and instruments.
Oh no!
Everything disappeared.
Oh no!
It's about 3 months ago, right? So airlines had so many trouble with the about the luggages. So we kind of, oh my god.
Yeah.
And then the day after we need to had a concert, but we had no instruments.
Oh no!
So we had so panic, but so many Koreans live that city in Chicago. So we find them and we ask to them borrow some instruments so hardly. So and then we could make the successfully concert because of the Koreans who lived in Chicago.
Wow.
So yeah, so much.
That's very generous.
Yes.
Because you all play traditional Korean instruments. It's not like you can go to a guitar center and pick up a new, Fender Stratocaster, right?
Yes. So that the first time was disaster for us, but also at the same time for now, unforgettable moments. Yes, that's the good memory now for us. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what do you think of this festival here, walking around and the people? What is your impression?
My most impression is the concert in nature. Yes, so many people feel I feel the nature's everyone and everywhere. That is pretty cool. And U.S. Folk Festival is like a rock festival. Yeah, right. Yeah, really cool. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Now, where can people find your music in America and online? Where's the best place to find you on social media or your music?
Yes, I think you are hard to get the albums, but I think you can find our music on the website Apple Music or YouTube, or and you can search our name ADG7 and you can find our albums and you can hear them. And then the social media also we use, so Instagram or YouTube channel and Facebook, Meta, you can check out our names and please subscribe us. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll link it up in the show notes so that people can find you really easily. And you definitely have two new fans here, and I think you have several thousand new fans who you've met here at the festival.
감사합니다.
Is there anything else that you want to mention or say before we go? Teach my audience anything in Korean?
Yes, I really want to say to the audience in the world, actually at this tour we've prepared a special song for the world audience. That was the Ukraine songs for.
Yes.
So yeah, we want the war in Ukraine to stop. We want to stop the war, and also we hope peace everywhere. So we want to share with this message for everyone's. So thank you for the audience who told us some audience are sang it together and some audience are crying. So we met so many Ukraine musicians also, and so many people from Ukraine who had to leave their country because of the war, so everywhere. So that was so mean to us in this, especially in this tour. Actually, in Korea also had been through such hard time because of the war, Korean War, and also Japanese colonial rules were before we had been through that time. So we know about the hard things in our history. We all Koreans know about that. So we hope the peace everywhere. So thank you so much for every audience in the world. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a beautiful message, and that's a really touching part of your set. And thank you for including that. And I just want to thank you again for your time, and thank you for coming to Philadelphia. Please come back.
I hope so.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.